What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we're just going to go ahead and install this compressor, which a couple weeks ago I did a video about the sound on this compressor. Got it warrantied out. I'm going to go ahead and recover this refrigerant. I do have fresh refrigerant to put in this. Get the old one out, put the new one in, replace the dryer, and see if it makes a difference. You may be wondering why I flipped over my tank when I'm doing my recovery. The reason I do that is because we're pumping liquid refrigerant into that tank, right? And I put a 3/8 hose on the vapor side of the recovery tank. Now be sure when you look at your knobs on top of your recovery tank, one says liquid, one says vapor. Red isn't always liquid, blue isn't always vapor. And go with the labeled knob, not the colored knob. So I take it directly into the vapor side because we're taking liquid refrigerant into that recovery tank. I flip it over and don't put it on the liquid side because there's like a little dip tube, so it would be restrictive. And when I flip it over, it stays in a liquid form and the refrigerant goes right to the bottom of the tank, and it allows the tank to run a little bit cooler, not pressurize as much, because again, we're just directly throwing liquid into it. So in case you guys are wondering, that's the way I do my process, and it might help you guys speed up yours also. So y'all might be wondering why I don't have a scale while I'm recovering the refrigerant. And the truth is, I left the scale at home. What I have to do is head to Tropic. I'm gonna go pick up a new scale. It's always good to have an extra one, right? So that way I'm putting fresh refrigerant in this system, and what I put in this system is gonna be virgin refrigerant. I'm gonna weigh it in. Now, from the backstory I had, the installers who put this system in, subcontractors, say they didn't have 454 at the time, so I don't know what I'm taking out and if it's gonna be overcharged. Ideally, should have the scale so I know what I'm taking out to see if it made a difference. And it's easy not to sweat the small stuff when you have Camel City Mill. Wait a minute, you don't know about Camel City Mill? Well, lucky for you, they're today's video sponsor. By now, you guys should already know Camel City makes the best socks. And if you ever catch me out in public without Camel City, I will personally buy you a pair because I never leave the house without them. Honestly, they got that Dan Merino Ironside wool, which we all know and love at this point. They're made in America, okay? They got reinforced toes, reinforced heels. They got different colors, black, gray, white. They got them all the way down the ankles, all the way up to the calves. So you can get whatever size you need for the job you're trying to conquer. And you know they've been a big supporter of this channel for a while, and I've been a huge supporter of Camel City Mill since day one. If you guys want to check it out for yourselves, click the link down below. Save yourself some money. Bundle and save. That's what it's all about. Making money, saving money, and keeping your feet dry. Trust me, your feet are going to thank you, your wallet's going to thank you, and I'm going to thank you. But with that being said, let's go get this scale and get this system rocking and rolling. People always ask how I get inside these condensers. I mean, it's not that hard. Just fit yourself in between it. I'm about 5'10", 5'11" on my good days, and about 200 pounds. So put that in perspective. But I just find it easier to work on the systems that way, and get closer for my braze joints. That way I'm not hunched over. But we can do it that way too. So clean her up and then just cut it as close to there. Now there is a bead on the bottom of this, so just kind of what I do, especially with these Knipex ones, I butt the bead all the way up against this. So I'll slide this in and then I'll torque it down and then cut it. That way I'm just basically right up against the bead. Ooh, the fan's spinning, the wind picked up. That's no bueno, my head's right there. So that's where I know my cut's gonna be. And like I said, there's enough slack over there. And I'll cut this out and be good with it. Always cross-reference, make sure that we're rocking with the same compressor. So this model number is different than the other model number, but all the other specs match up with the other compressor. So this is our baby. Gonna put our feet in, set her in, braze it up. That's what they should look like. So she's dry fitted in, fitted, nitrogen on, gonna flow, get up in the hole, and start brazing. Careful, this stuff is going to have that phosgene in there. Suction line in. And I'm working on the discharge line now. So it might be a little difficult to hear because the neighbor's unit's going off. It's kind of loud, but how are you doing today, sir? Much better, I think. You guys should be able to pick that up. I'm gonna turn this other unit off also, but it's sounding so much better. This system required 4 pounds, 4 ounces. There's about a 20 additional feet of copper. So I added 1.2 pounds additional to get it to that 0.06 it needs. So with that being said, guys, this one's a wrap. We just saved this customer thousands of dollars by doing this within the warranty period. So if you like saving customers thousands of dollars, go ahead and hit that like button if you could. Consider subscribing if you're new here. All my subscribers, y'all already know. I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Later.